2027 Volvo ES60, visualizing an electrified BMW 3 Series rival. While the gas-powered Volvo S60 is nearing its end, an electric successor is on the horizon. I've got no problems with that. I love how that sounds. I really do. Until I saw the vehicle. Then I realized this is a Polestar 5. That's a Polestar 5. That is a Polestar 5. That's a Polestar 5. That's a Polestar 5. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. But seriously, that's a Polestar 5. And this is just a concept. This is just an idea of what it might looks like. We don't need this vehicle to look too similar to the Polestar 5. We don't need that. It's going to devalue both of the cars in dramatic fashion because you know the interiors are going to be very similar. I like what Volvo and Polestar did with the Polestar 3 and the EX90. Same platform, very different looking vehicle on the exterior. Interior looks very similar, almost identical. Dare I say, almost identical. But the exterior, you'd never guess that these vehicles are related with the Polestar 3 and the EX90. You would never think that. That's another concept. That's another concept idea. So, the Volvo X60 is actually a really nice car. I've seen it. I've seen it around and it's actually a really nice car. But are we really going to pretend like a possible EX60 is not too similar to the Polestar 5? I hope this is not what it's going to look like. Now, how about this? How about this? This is basically the EX60. Is it the EX60 or EX90? But in a sedan form. How about that? Would that be any more pleasing? I don't know. I don't know. Now that doesn't really look like a Polestar. The front of the vehicle looks more like a Volvo for one. The rear, I'm not too sure about. It's too generic. But here's the thing. I don't think Volvo have to copy Polestar. They don't have to copy Polestar. Look at how successful the EX30 has been without copying Polestar. All while the Polestar 4 looks very different from the EX30. And they're like almost siblings, I would say, similar target audience. So I really just think this is just an idea of what it could look like. But that's the Polestar precept, right? That is the Polestar precept. And gradually, this is the concept of the Polestar precept. Little by little, let's change over time to become the Polestar 5. And the precept and the Polestar 5 looks almost identical. What does the Polestar 5 look like right now? Well, it looks like this in prototype. That's what it looks like. It's actually the final prototype will be this year. So this vehicle will be rolling out quite soon. The Polestar 5, ladies and gents. I am super excited for this vehicle. But you can understand why I don't want the Volvo SE60 looking too similar. It's not going to do too well for the brands. They do need to differentiate themselves a little bit. They don't have to do it a lot, but it would be good if they can differentiate both designs. Don't make it too obvious. I like what Volvo did with the EX90 and Polestar did with the Polestar 3. So let's try to understand this better. The EX60 could offer up to 370 miles and a rapid DC fast charging. It needs to rival BMW, Audi, and Tesla with advanced tech and Scandinavian design. So I'm guessing even the price range of this thing will be different from the Polestar 5. Polestar 5 is like a Porsche Taycan competitor or an Audi e-tron, That's who we're targeting. The EX60 is not targeting that. It's targeting like a 3 series, It's targeting more like it needs to target like the Model 3, that's what this needs to target, if I'm being completely honest. While you can see how the Polestar 5 would be targeting the Model S, Tesla Model S. So like I said, it's just concept for now, but you can see they just swapped the badge around, But okay, fair enough, but no need to over exaggerate, no need to get too excited or too worried. I don't think they're going to make them look that similar. They wouldn't. They wouldn't. They wouldn't, because you won't be able to tell the cars apart except for the badge. That would be a bad idea. Use the platform. Use the platform, but make it look different. You know what the Volvo EX30 has taught us all? Volvo doesn't need to change in order to make their car beautiful. They can make beautiful cars by retaining the Volvo design language. You know, this is really, if Volvo could create a perfect SUV or a perfect coupe, this is really it, the perfect SUV coupe. I mean, look at the Volvo EX90. You know, that's the other one. You know, the EX90 is beautiful in its own right. Volvo does not need to change. Look at what they did with this car. I'm telling you. If I had a choice to buy this car or the Polestar 3, I'd probably choose this car. And I love the Polestar 3. I'm not gonna lie, I love the Polestar 3. But this car has me sold. The design overall. I mean, it's hard to choose between them, but you can make cars that look different and still beautiful. These are the cars. Same platform, very different cars. That's what I want from Volvo and Polestar. If you're gonna make the EX, if you're gonna make the EX60, if you're gonna make the ES60, yeah, use the platform, use Polestar platform, but change the exterior, please. Stick to the Volvo design philosophy. That has worked very well recently for Volvo. Like I said, the EX90, the EX30, these are highly demanded cars. They don't have to look like a Polestar. They don't have to. So I don't want to see Volvo copying Polestar design. In fact, this is the reason why Polestar design was different from Volvo, is to differentiate the brands. If it looks a little similar, that's okay. But just don't make it too obvious. Like for another example is the Porsche Taycan and the Audi e-tron. Believe it or not, the platform of these cars are the same, developed by Porsche. The cars look very, 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 very different. Now, at the rear, they do have a little similarity. And if anything, it's kind of nice. It's actually quite beautiful when you see there's a little similarity. But it's not enough to say they're the same. In fact, you would never guess that they're built on the same platform. Here's what they did. Porsche do what Porsche do. They stick to Porsche design philosophy. Does what Audi do. They stick to an Audi design philosophy using the same platform. I want Volvo and Polestar to do the exact same. In this fight, Audi and Volvo are actually very similar. They're actually very similar in this comparison. Porsche and Polestar are very similar in this comparison, in the sense that they're like siblings. They share a lot of fundamentals, but they don't have to look the same. And I want that to be remembered. I hope Volvo is thinking like this, because we know they get to call the shots. Let's be honest. Well, Geely calls the shots, but Volvo gets to call a lot of shots as well. So you don't have to make them look the same or too similar at all. A little similarity is okay, but not too much. Damn it, not too much. Look at that. They couldn't be any different. They couldn't look any different, but they use the same platform, and I love them both for that. So listen, we're going to end the video here. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. You know, I'm glad Volvo is replacing its cars gradually with electric vehicles. They've been doing a great job with the EX30, with the EX90. The EX30 was going through some difficulties with the software, but I hope they fix. I hope they're working on that, and I hope it's being fixed, because I've heard people returning those vehicles. And that's going to be the hardest decision, to return a vehicle that you genuinely like, all because the software is a little bit glitchy. So clearly, Volvo, you need to put more attention into your software development and your quality assurance. Quality is everything. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Quality is everything. I hope Volvo isn't becoming complacent. I hope Volvo isn't becoming complacent. I say this because I've had experience with Volvo. I hope they're not becoming complacent. I hope they're not. I'm going to end the video here. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.